Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly update video. And just real quickly, I wanted to start out the video with this little small carny case today. Some of you may already know, my late friend Chuck, I had a buddy, local buddy, Hot Wheels collector Chuck, that unfortunately passed away last December, December 1st, 2017. And I recently had found out that he had willed me this case full of the original Real Rider Hot Wheels. So I'm going to do a separate video on these. I just wanted to show them at the beginning of this video and saying, hey Chuck, if you're looking down on us, thank you very, very much for leaving this to me. I am very honored to have it, and I will keep it definitely forever. It'll be a main part of my collection. I love the Real Rider series, and you knew that, and you left it to me, so thank you very, very much. All right, guys, so I showed you that carny case there full of Real Riders. It's a pretty cool thing. Again, very honored to have it. In addition to that, my buddy Chuck also had left instructions basically for his widow to contact me and help her basically liquidate, get fair prices for the collection that he left behind, which he left behind a huge collection. I am just now in the midst of sorting through that stuff. I don't know for sure if any will be offered up, I guess, publicly on my YouTube channel or on Instagram. I might put some stuff on eBay, but there is quite a few really cool items. Long story short, he was not only just a collector, he also resold. So he would buy collections and sell them and all that stuff. So he has quite a few pieces that I'm going to be helping liquidate. So there is that. So maybe you'll see it on the channel in the future. I don't know. I'm going to give some local guys here some dibs first, just because then I don't have to ship anything and it makes it a little bit easier and all of that. All right. So anyway, for the weekly finds this week, I actually did find not really anything in stores again this week, which has been kind of the trend for the year. And which is also a bummer. Speaking of liquidation, we all know Toys R Us now is, pretty much going out of business. They're going to be done. They're going to go into liquidation very, very soon here. And so I guess in honor of that, I'm going to go ahead and open up the first Super I ever got from a Toys R Us, which is this DeLorean. We're going to go ahead and open that up in the second half of this video. So we'll take a quick look at that. I know a lot of you have probably seen it already. Those of you that are newer to the hobby may have not. So there's that. This week I did put out a ton of videos. There was a 10 Car Tuesday video. There was the Heavy Metal 164 giveaway video, which was pretty cool. And speaking of the Heavy Metal 164 giveaway, we're going to look at those Kyoshos that he sent me close up in the second segment of this video. So there's 2 Ferraris in here and 1 Alfa Romeo, so we're going to look at those. And we're also going to go ahead and open up this vintage Matchbox and take a look at that. Let's see here. So in addition to that video this week, I also did an unboxing for an Auto World case. So if you check that out, thank you very, very much. We're just going to open up the one thing from there, one of the extra cars. This is a custom GTO, so this was an extra that was sent with that case. We're going to open that up in the second half of the video. If you want to see those cars, please check out, if you want to see what the contents of the case held, check out that video. I think I posted it last Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday I think, because 10 Car Tuesday was on Tuesday, and it was either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I also had gotten the RLC Car Culture sets shipped, so I did a video on these, and then I also did a video on the cargo carriers because we found those locally at my Target. I found those. So 2 Car Culture series videos, the Heavy Metal 164 video, a 10 Car Tuesday video, and the Heavy Metal, yeah, I think that's it. Whatever. I posted a lot of videos this week, so check them out if you have not. Let's see here. Also, in that box of Auto World stuff, I had ordered these. These are hobby exclusive Volkswagen Beetles. We're going to open those up in the second half, as well as this 2-pack of Volkswagens. We're going to open up this guy in the second half of the video as well. And I also got this one. But Ronan Cho, you made a comment on the video that you actually were interested in this. If you are, just hit me up on Instagram, and I'll keep this carded for you. I know you are pretty much an open collector, I think, anyway, but I'll keep that on card for you, bud. And then if you want to, I don't know, trade something for it or whatever, we can work out something. There's that, and let's see here. Met another local collector. His name is Harris Vu, who was posting some cars up for sale on our Facebook group. I joined a local Facebook group, Fox Valley Diecast Collectors, so it's just some people from around the area. One of my buddies, Josh, started the group recently, and I joined it right away, and it's been kind of cool. Meeting all the collectors from around my immediate area, and he just posted up some cars for sale. I think he was only charging, I think they're only supposed to be $1 a piece, and then I went to meet him up, and he just gave them to me. He's like, I'm not going to worry about $4, just take these cars. I'm a fan of the channel, and I appreciate your videos and all that good stuff. So he hooked me up with these for nothing, so that's very awesome of you, Harris, and pleasure to meet you. So there's that. Let's see here. Also in the Heavy Metal 164 box, there was this, aside from the Kyoshos in that Matchbox. So of course we're going to open up this Ford GT. These are just trickling in. I only have one more to get, and I'll have this series complete, and I didn't really intend on getting any of them, so that's pretty cool. I also made an Instagram purchase. This is pretty sweet. This is a Lightning wheels or whatever, Matchbox Lightning wheels. These are pretty wild, and they're not, I don't think they're too easy to come by. I don't see them very often, and this one is on the card. The blister is cracked. Even though the card is pretty cool, it's vintage and all that, I am going to open it. So we are going to open this in the second half and take a look at what this is all about. So that'll be pretty cool. And then RLC, along with the Car Culture box set, also got this guy, this pink Rewards Camaro. It's pretty neat and all that. It's not numbered, so I found that to be kind of interesting. So, but it was a rewards one, so I think whoever had enough rewards and was able to get one, they were offering one per membership. Excuse me. And I don't know how many memberships they sold last time RLC was available, but that's probably how many of these they made. But regardless, we're going to pop this sucker open in the second half of the video, as well as this Neoclassics Camaro. We're going to go ahead and open up in the second half of the video too. I've been wanting to open up this one for a while, and now that I got this pair, let's go ahead and do it. This is a high number too. This is 7,001 out of 7,500 for this one, and we might as well just open it up, open these both up together, because they're going to look nice together, displayed. And I think that's about it. So, again, no store finds. Super bummed that Toys R Us is going out of business, because honestly, I found a lot of my stuff. Looking over at what, like the chases and stuff that I found over the last year, 2 years, the majority, hands down, have been from Toys R Us. You know, because they carry Greenlight, they carry everything, as opposed to, you know, Walmart, who just has M2, your Hot Wheels, and some round 2 stuff that they don't get very often. So, super bummed about Toys R Us, but you know, it was a great week this week anyway, because of getting that collection from my late friend Chuck, and starting to poke through that stuff, and there's just some amazing pieces in there, so that's going to be fun to kind of go through. And yeah, that is about it. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around per usual, take a look at some of this stuff close up, get to opening some stuff, and it's going to be fun, so stick around. Okay, well, let's kick off this second segment of the video here real quick with this Ford GT, 2017 Ford GT from Greenlight, the only Greenlight piece of the evening. And yes, this tooling is pretty sweet. We got a dragging back wheel. You know, not all Greenlight rolls real well, we know that. And looks like there's some flaw with the back tail light. Looks like just some flashing on the plastic. I actually might be able to clean that up. Not that I need to do it on video, but I got a toothpick handy right here, just to see if I can. Yeah, I probably could. I bet you I can clean that up with an X-Acto knife. So, not that you should ever have to do that with diecast that you buy, but occasionally that stuff becomes necessary, as you know. Especially you M2 collectors with your super glue. Just ribbing you. Don't get mad at me. I'm not an M2 collector. Anyway, so here is this Ford GT from Greenlight. Looking pretty sweet in yellow. And so after taking a look at that, let's take a quick look at these Kyoshos. So these Kyoshos are, I got 3 of them here, and they were sent to me from Heavy Metal 164 from Travis. And these are just awesome. So this first one is a Ferrari 512 BBI. And it is really, really cool. Let's see if I can just zoom in just a little bit more here. Get a nice, close look at it. Of course, you got lens detail on the rear. The only thing I wish they just wouldn't put side mirrors on these things, because it feels like I could break them off at any moment. They just feel so fragile. They got lens details on the front here, a little tiny Ferrari emblem right there in the little grill. I mean, it just looks awesome. I mean, this is just a great looking piece. It actually rolls pretty well. It's got soft rubber tires. These are the other 3 colors that would have been available in. So you got a red one, a blue one, and a silver. I think the red one would be one I definitely would want. I know Travis has the silver one, and silver definitely is a good car for a good color for cars. So this is from Ferrari Series 11. So there's a lot of Kyosho Ferraris out there. They come as model kits, kind of. You have to put them together. They come with the wheels off. They're almost all the way together. You pretty much just have to put the wheels in them, the axles in, and screw the base on, and I think that's just about all you have to do to put one together. I've never got one brand new in a box, so I'm not 100% sure, but here is that Ferrari. I just think that is, I mean, come on, that's awesome. All right, so there's that, and then sticking with Ferrari and sticking with Kyosho for a moment, here's this guy. This is really cool as well. This is the Ferrari, what is it, Stradale? Challenge Stradale. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I apologize. But again, super detailed. You got lenses in the front, lenses in the rear for the taillights. I mean, just fantastic amount of detail. It's silver. It looks great. You got that stripe across along the top of the car. Clear plastic. You can see the interior is quite detailed in the molding. Just a really cool piece, and I'm very happy to have that. This also is quite the roller, so that is awesome. And then the last Kyosho we got is the Alfa Romeo, the 4C. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. This is the other colors that Stradale would be available in, a yellow and a red. I think the silver is definitely the best choice on that one. This Alfa Romeo is also available in red, white, and silver. I think red is probably the appropriate choice for this car for sure. And here this is. Now, the only thing I don't care for too much about this particular one is the headlights on it. I think look kind of weird. They're painted and textured, like there's no lens over them. So I think they made it, you know, look, I guess as appropriate they could, because it's a complex lens assembly in these cars. But it just looks kind of weird without having a lens over that, and it just being black like that. Kind of strange. And then there is your lens detail on the rear. So that looks pretty good. And now, sorry, I'm just going to have to back out for a second because I just thought of something. I do have an Alfa Romeo 4C here. This is, just to show you this real quick, now this is not really much of a comparison. This is a Siku. I got this from Friesen's Diecast collection, and just to show you the headlights on this one are lensed. And while it may not show as much detail as far as the different colored lens, you know, like, you know, show the orange indicators and all that stuff, I think this style light still would have looked better on this car. But you can let me know if you think I'm whacked by saying that, but I think so. This one also has lens detail. This one has opening doors.
as well as Siku's do. But just to show you that close-up comparison, this is obviously not 1/64 scale. Do they put the scale on the bottom of these cars? I thought they did. Maybe they don't. But anyway, so that's that quick little comparison for you. So there's the Kyoshos that we're going to look at tonight. And then next up we'll look at quick is Johnny Lightnings. We'll just do some VWs right away. These are pretty basic. I almost didn't pick them up, but I just have such an affection for the classic Beetle that I had to get them. And Johnny Lightning makes a great one. This is definitely a good one. No opening features or anything like the Greenlight or the M2, but it's just got a really good look to it. It's really solid. You know, it's metal. The bumpers are all metal. They're part of the base piece. And tires roll really well. It just is a really solid looking piece. This is a pearl gray that it's in according to the package. And then the other hobby exclusive, oh, and by the way, these are limited to 1,800 in case you were curious. And the other one we got is in a dark blue. So this would be the 1950 VW split window Beetle. So let's get rid of the packaging here. I do like this tooling from Johnny Lightning. Johnny Lightning does have a couple of different VW bug toolings. I think there's like 3 different ones. But you got a blue one, there's that gray one, and then the yellow one in this 2-pack with the green Karmann Ghia. The Karmann Ghia is a really nice tooling too. So there's your Karmann Ghia. Just to look at that real quick. I love the wheels on these actually with that chrome center. I think they look good. Hippie. So I think they did a really good job with this tooling. It's obviously not 1/64 scale. Johnny Lightning doesn't do 1/64 scale, pure 1/64 scale cars. So these Beetles run a bit bigger than your Greenlight Beetles or your even your M2 video. Or M2 ones are actually probably pretty close to scale for 1/64. These are definitely a little big. The Karmann Ghia is definitely large too, because I do have a Kyosho Karmann Ghia that is way smaller than this. I've shown it in a different video and compared it to this casting, so you have to watch a different weekly video for that. But so there's these Johnny Lightnings that I've picked up. Just threw those in with my Auto World order to get free shipping. Definitely worth it. So there's that. And then one last Johnny Lightning piece for the evening is this GTO, custom GTO. This Johnny Lightning's an older one. Let's see, I think these were individually numbered. So this is 95, 91. Okay. This is a Johnny Lightning commemorative limited edition. It's got, well, it says authentic commemorative replica, lightning fast locked axle suspension, styled made wheels, and the hoods really open. Okay. Cool. Well, let's just take a look at it. I think these were released, I don't even know when they were released. It probably says in the back here. Their copyright dates are always difficult to find. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, here it is. The early Johnny Lightning castings are pretty oddball. They're kind of interesting. They're kind of like the Hot Wheels Redline castings a little bit is what they would remind me of. It's like they're not quite replicas of the actual car. They're more stylized. But this one is pretty cool, and it will be cool to add it to my GTO collection. So there's a little thing you get with it. Black Beauty. All right, so there is that. Just a quick look at that vehicle. And then next up, we'll go on to Matchbox. Let's start with this. This is a vintage Matchbox. This is from... I should really look at these before starting to film. Boy, I don't know. I don't see a year on here. So I don't know when exactly. Oh, 1980. So that is pretty old. So this probably came out in 1981. I don't know, maybe. I don't know how they ran their cars, so who knows. It could have been later. Maybe they kept re-releasing on the same card and left the copyright information there. I'm not really sure. This does have suspension. Oh yeah, this is supposed to have suspension too, right? It does not. It says locked axle suspension. Maybe that just means it doesn't have suspension. I don't know. But here is this sweet piece. Older Matchbox is pretty awesome. This is great to get this in a blister pull, mint condition. Oh man, really, really cool. I love the Ferrari 308. It's one of my favorite Ferraris, and it's really cool to get this one, so thank you very much, Heavy Metal 164, for that guy. And then, speaking of my favorite Ferraris, the F40 is one of my favorite Ferraris, and we're going to go ahead and open up this. So again, this is an interesting packaging. Can anything beat it? Matchbox Lightning. Wacky wheels, wacky design, bright colors, unique collector case. Here's a look at the back of the card. Pretty interesting. Can we find a copyright date? 1991 for this one. It's a Matchbox Lightning. Can anything beat it? I don't know. Let's take a look and see what it is like out of the plastic. I kind of want to conserve this card art a little bit, so we'll try to just kind of pull it out here. I like to keep card art for some stuff, you know, in the loose collector now, just as like a kind of a reference. It's kind of cool to have it. Not that I would ever, you know, who knows if I'll ever go back and look at it. But here is the F40. Man, this thing, I could tell, would be really fast on a track. It's a little wide though, so I don't know if it fit on most Hot Wheels tracks. And I think from being in the package for a while, the axles are a little wonked on it, but really cool. Should probably sit like that. That would be the best, but it kind of sits up. But man, it is, I mean, this thing, you barely have to put, there's like no friction there whatsoever. It looks like one of the wheels is kind of wacky on it. I don't think that's supposed to look like that, but there would have been no way to tell from the other side of the package. They're both supposed to look like that there. So really interesting, weird way that they did this. It almost looks like it's painted, like it was chrome and then it was like tampoed over, like this is a sticker or something. I'm not really sure how they did it, but really strange. And then this is the unique collector case. Your car would go into there. Seal it up so you can store your lightning wheels there. Comes out, and then this must show all the different cars in the series. So 300ZX Turbo, F40, Corvette Grand Sport, the 935 Turbo. This one looks really cool. I know my buddy Todd's got one of those. Sauber Racer and Chevy. This must explain factors affecting vehicle performance. Axle to hub clearance. End playside frictional road. Interesting. Wheel concentricity. Interesting. I don't know what that's about. But so there's that, and then this is the actual performance specs for the actual Ferrari F40. So that is pretty cool. So I'm just going to put that back inside of this little case. I'll probably just put that in a safe place. This will go back on display, or this will go on display somewhere in my Hot Wheels room. And just a quick close-up look at it. Pretty wild. Pretty cool. All right, so there's that. And now let's move on to some Hot Wheels. So we're going to start by just cracking a few of them real quick. So we got this Lotus Esprit, first edition. I like that one. We got this Chevelle SS, which is a cool one. I don't think I had this color, so I'm glad to get it. In black. These are, again, from local buddy Harris Vu. Appreciate it, buddy. And Jaguar XJ220. This is one of those castings that I collect. There's a ton of variations of this casting with wacky graphics, this being one of them, of course. Just weird. Not super desirable, but pretty cool just to add it to the collection. You know, if you decide you want all of them, you got to go after all of them, right? And I make that mistake with a lot of Hot Wheels. And then here's this BMW I just didn't have, so pick that one up. in red. Looks pretty awesome. So there's those main lines. Get those out of the way, and then let's go for the RLC pieces, and we'll open up the Super last. So which one of these should we open up first? Let's zoom out here quick. Let's do the orange one first. Go ahead and open up this 67 Camaro. Again, this Spectraflame paint is fantastic, but I hate touching it because it puts fingerprints on it. And then if I ever want to take pictures of it, I gotta wipe it off, and that's irritating. But other than that, it's pretty cool. So there's the orange one. We'll open up the pink one, and then we'll look at both of them. It's just like, this just looks like candy, doesn't it? Both good-looking cars. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Now, the this Camaro casting is definitely one of my favorite Camaro castings. Opening hood, it's chromed in there. Obviously, I would never try to go after all of these because it would be next to impossible to get them. There's so many variations of this casting. It is ridiculous, so there's just no way. But here's a close-up look at this. Now, this came out almost, almost 2 years ago now, I think. So y'all have probably seen it before. But this pink one is new, and man, is that color. I mean, look at that. Looks fantastic. Hood opens nice and easy. There's the motor in there. Wow. That is a good looking car. This is the first pink Spectraflame car I've got in the collection, and it does look great. Would love to have the pink 240Z. I think that was from the, what was that, the pink party car from one of the conventions. Maybe that was last year or the year before. That would be the one I really would want. This one is pretty awesome though, in pink. Just a beautiful car. So really cool. Really glad to add it to my loose collection. It'll look good displayed, and happy to have it. All right, so there is those. We got the two sweet Camaros freed from their plastic prison and added into the permanent collection. So really, really cool. And now, I guess our final main event is going to be a Super treasure hunt today. I always got to have the regular with the Super. I'm not snobby not to have a mainline sitting on display with a Super, but it looks good. I like having the regular there because when people come over and check out my collection, I can kind of, we have asked questions about what's special about these. It's easier to answer that question if you've got both versions sitting next to each other. So this Super is the first Super I ever found at a Toys R Us. Long story short, my Toys R Us used to be dirty. So did the one north of me. It used to be very dirty. There was a manager there that would scoop up a lot of stuff. At least that might be hearsay or whatever. I don't know for sure, but that's what I heard from someone who used to collect lots of different stuff before. And but anyways, so then they cleaned up their act, and all of a sudden, I started finding stuff. And this Super was one of those things. So this was really cool to find. Here's the regular, there's the Super. As you can see, if you're a newbie, you got Spectraflame paint, rubber tires. This one's an enamel paint with regular plastic tires. And that's how you can tell the difference between a Super and a regular. So, looking good. All right, guys, so that is going to be it for the remainder of this video. Thank you guys very much again for watching. Oh, somehow I'm at 20 minutes in this segment, so somehow I've managed to stretch it out to another super long video again. So I apologize that. I know you guys got things to do, but oh well. You can watch it in segments if you need to. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys very much for all the channel support and all the great stuff. And yeah, have yourself a great week. We'll see you in the next one.